Argentina are the winners of the 2022 Qatar World Cup, defeating France in penalties. What a fucking match. Welcome to Casually FC. Welcome to the Casually Chelsea World Cup edition, the very last one before until the next 4 years, pretty much. So, guys, welcome to the stream. You already know what to do all the button smashing and all that stuff. Fill out the poll. Let me know what you think about the GOAT discussion. But guys, what a freaking game. Just to quickly summarize it, and also big up to Chris and myself, Marshalldbdx. We are here hosting today's show. We might have some other guests on. We might even actually send out the link. Who knows? We're playing this one by ear. But let me go ahead and recap the game results for you. If you didn't watch it for some miracle, maybe you were at work or something, you couldn't get off, which is really unfortunate. But to start things off, Lionel Messi with the penalty, a very, very silly mistake from Ousmane Dembele to concede a penalty in the box against Angel Di Maria. Lionel Messi puts it away. Then Angel Di Maria, not too a few minutes after that, scoring a goal himself. And then Argentina basically dominating the match, the whole entire match up until the 75th minute, where they started to give in a little bit, be pushed back a little bit, be pressured by France, and there's substitutions. Then you have Otamendi making a very, very, very silly mistake and foul on oh my god, number 12's name. I always forget his name. Let me look it up.
Well, for who?
For France.
Number 12 is
Muani, Muani, who came in and put on a really good performance. But yeah, gets a penalty on Muani. Silly mistake, should have booted it earlier. And you have Mbappe that scores a penalty. Then, literally a minute later, a brilliant play from Coleman to get it over to what was it? I think it was Coleman to Rabiot, and Rabiot to Thurman. What's his name? I'm so bad. I'm sorry, guys.
Trust me, none of us got names.
To Thuram, who chips it over to Mbappe. Mbappe slots it away. We're at a 2-2 game all of a sudden. Then we go into extra time. And then you have Lionel Messi, who scores. Very, very close call. It was almost offside, but they check with VAR. And then he ends up scoring the goal. The goal ends up counting. And then once again, another penalty. And I couldn't even believe it. I couldn't even believe it. But another penalty is conceded in Argentina's box, and Mbappe puts it away. We have a 3-3 draw, and then we go into penalties. And man, Tchouaméni missing his penalty. Then who else missed their penalty? How do you remember?
The other one who missed it was what's his name?
Actually, the other one didn't even miss
Coleman.
it.
It's Coleman.
Coleman got
It was
saved.
a terrible penalty. It was a terrible penalty, man.
It got saved, but yeah. And then Argentina making all their penalties, and then there it is, ladies and gents. Argentina become the new world champions of the footballing international world. What a game! What a game! I think I said enough there, Chris.
So you are 7 at the job center, man.
Chris, what are you saying, bro?
I think, you know what? I think this definitely the best final we ever seen. I think for a lot of us, we'll probably agree, best ever final in a World Cup. You saw goals, you saw a lot of drama, but I think Messi as well. He's completed his legacy, man. Winning the World Cup, finished like the debate between Ronaldo and Messi. I think Messi is probably the GOAT now. Like, he beats Ronaldo at most things now, I think. Messi has done it all. I think he's retiring actually after this as well. People say he might have another one, but I think he's retiring. I think it would be a good retirement for him to do that as well. So,
ladies and gents of the chat, I have to ask you a question, and I guess Chris, you might even know this too. Messi has won every single trophy, pretty much, right? That he can win. Like, well, he could also win stuff in other countries, but like. When it comes to the league he's played in his career, which is the UEFA, right? In UEFA and in Barcelona and La Liga, Champions League, Club World Cup, Super Cup, he's won them all, right? Like the gold cup was not the gold cup. Copa America was missing from his trophy cabinet. He won that in 2020, right? And then
Yeah.
this is the final one that he didn't have, right?
I swear he said he's retiring, Joe's. Like I before the World Cup and everything. This is last, but
He's still 35. He might be
I know.
retiring
Yeah, he
from the
could do
World
one.
Cup,
He can
but he
technically
could
do
still,
one
yeah.
more.
Yeah, he could technically do one more. We'll see. But I'm pretty sure, guys, this is
Did he? I didn't hear that actually.
he's won everything now. Everything
Oh yeah, like I
at the
can't think
highest
what he's not
level.
won, and this is why I think this might end the debate of Ronaldo and Messi because Ronaldo, yeah, he won the Euros, but
Oliver. Don't forget the most important one. He hasn't won League One.
he has won League One.
No, he hasn't.
Messi's won it.
No, last year they didn't. Wait, let me check. Actually, let me
I
double
said, I
check.
swear, I go winning this year, man.
Yeah, they probably would win it this year. But go ahead and continue what you were saying, Chris.
Fuck, I forgot what I was gonna say now. I've Oliver just threw me off now because I swear he's won one.
We're talking about he's the greatest of all time. He's won everything.
Well, yeah, like I just forgot what I was gonna say. He threw me off.
Ah, crap. I messed this up. All right, there we go. Spelled league wrong. Shit.
What? Yeah, I swear he's won it anyway. Like, but if not,
Well,
he's
they're winning as PSG now, and I
Messi
think
has won. Yeah, there you go. He's won one.
yeah, they
League
won
One.
it yesterday. Yeah,
But
they won it. Yeah, last season. I mean, Messi has one. Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
I
yeah.
think no. See, I think yeah, I've just read it. I think what he's saying is he's won it. Yeah, League One.
He's won it all, including the most important one. Ah, okay. I understand. Sorry, I misread that. Let's have it right.
One,
Oh my
yeah.
god.
Yeah.
Hey,
So,
I mean, Messi did it in La Liga too. Let's not kid
he's gonna
around.
beat Ronaldo in goals, assists.
Mm-hmm.
He's more technical, gifted than Ronaldo. He does pretty much everything better than Ronaldo. He's won it all. Ronaldo's not gonna win the World Cup, is he? He's not gonna win the World Cup at age 42.
Yeah,
If he does, he's probably going to literally play like barely any minutes if he's like on the bench or something. I don't know. But yeah, I even said it's definitely going to a South American team. I felt like it's going to a South. I thought Brazil, but as soon as Brazil went out, I said Argentina go win it. I just felt like I didn't want him. Well, I wanted France to win it because of Drew, but since they subbed off Drew, it says fuck France. I'm wanting Messi to win it now. So yeah, like I thought they would win it. They play so well as a team as well, Argentina. I'm amazed by like how well they play. Defensively on paper, I don't rate. Like Otamendi, I don't really rate. The right back, I forgot his name. I know the left back, Talafigo, but he's like a lot older now. He's not exactly like a world class left back or nothing. Neither is Romero. None of them are world class, but they defended really well. And Martinez, he saved Argentina today as well. If you remember, like not 93rd minute. At the very end of extra time, the very end of extra time.
Oh my God, that save! Oh my God, what a save!
Probably the best last minute save I've seen, like ever. Like he fully stretched his whole legs, like it extended or something, and it's not meant to go in.
He reacted to it so well. Like he knew, like the reaction time you had. Like I feel like that wasn't really luck. He actually saw where it was going and he reacted so quickly. That was crazy. The amount of skill and the high caliber level you have to be at to react to that, like, and in the pressure too, that it's the World Cup final, and this moment right now, you have someone coming at you 1v1. Direct shot on goal, and you have to block it, else your team loses in extra time. Holy shit, bro! I've been saying this for a while, but it's kind of escaped my narrative for some time now. But like I've been saying that I would love Martinez at Chelsea. It sucks that Aston Villa got him. Arsenal are idiots for getting rid of him. But he is absolutely a world-class goalkeeper, and I would take him at Chelsea in a heartbeat. And I think we should reconsider that, even though
I would
now
call
the
him
whole world's going to
be goalkeeper.
I think I'm going to go ahead and say with chest that he is probably world class. Like he's done it at Aston Villa. He did it at the Copa America. He's always been really, really good. It just sucks that he's at a team like Aston Villa, who have been absolutely horrible, and it doesn't help his case at all. But someone like him at Chelsea, I would love it. But yeah, that last minute save was phenomenal. It was a really good game. I guess let's kind of like break down the game a little bit. I mean, from let's look at that first half.
Oh God.
That first half, was Argentina just dominating. Argentina just dominated France. They made France look like children. They honestly made France look like France didn't want this trophy. Like, I don't know about you, Chris. That's how it felt
I
for me.
agree. I was
Like the
thinking
way
what's
I saw
happening.
them play, I was like, this is not the Griezmann we've seen all tournament. And Mbappe's been very, very minimally, if not at all, involved. Dembele, oh my God, Chris,
He looked like a beginner out there. He looked like a beginner.
bro. Chris, imagine if we had Dembele under Tuchel and Tuchel puts him as right wing back. Oh my God, that would have been hell on earth. Hell on earth. How often he was exposed defensively by mind you guys, like, and I'm not trying to like downplay Di Maria, but this is not the same Di Maria like PSG prime Di Maria. This is not 2000 and what was the last World Cup? 2014 Di Maria, right? That's the last time they made the final. This isn't that Di Maria. This is an aging Di Maria who can't play more than 60 minutes. This is Aspie Di Maria. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he did the job, man. He caused 2 goals.
He did the job. He put him in a spliff. Put Dembele in a spliff. And like, mind you, I don't, obviously Dembele's not known for his defensive characteristics, but at least, bro, oh my God, even going forward, he wasn't even looking that good today. And look, I got to give credit to the Argentinian manager who set up Argentina the way they did. And like, even whenever Mbappe had the ball, 2 guys are always on him. 2 guys were always on Mbappe. So they weren't even letting him do anything, which fine. But Mbappe was just so isolated. And I criticize Mbappe for this, and Griezmann too. I'll put Griezmann under that boat as well. Up until those goals, I mean, mostly for me, it was Griezmann and Mbappe that, bro, these guys didn't
I thought
look
Dembele
like
is the worst out of all of them.
Dembele was the worst, but
as well.
Dembele was the worst, obviously, and he should have been taken off. I'd agree with Deschamps' decision to take him off, but at least Dembele, like, this is what I want to know, because I want to dissect Deschamps' brain. Like, what was the tactic going into this? Like, did you want to press? Did you want to like sit back? Like, what was the tactic here? Because on one hand, you had Giroud and Dembele pressing and running around and trying to pressure Argentina, gain control of the ball, and then on the other hand, you had Griezmann and Mbappe especially, who did absolutely nothing. They were just waiting for the ball to come to them. So it's just like, I don't know what the strategy was, but like I look at games like that, and I'm like,
the strategy was counter-attack.
It possibly
let Argentina have possession, and then they break on the counter, but obviously backfired because none of the attackers could do anything. And I do like credit the French manager, because he made changes, and it did obviously help. He made changes in the first half. And then the second half, did he bring on Coleman in the second half? Was it?
Mm-hmm. He brought in Coleman and Camavinga.
Yeah, he brought in I think Camavinga had a decent impact.
Camavinga had a solid game.
Yeah. So I think his impact, like his sub impacts, I think the manager did perfect. I wouldn't even really criticize the manager too much, because I feel like they went to penalty shootout. France didn't give up. Well, Mbappe or France, however you want to call it, Mbappe did save them, but France didn't give up. They bungled the penalty, so it's like, it could have gone anywhere. But I felt like the favourites was definitely Argentina when it went to shootout, because Martinez, he saves penalties. Lloris is not very good at penalties, so most people probably thought Argentina go win a shootout. But yeah, I thought France didn't give up. That's why I really like this game, man. It looked like they was done for until then.
I think in that first half, well, obviously hindsight's 2020, and it turns out that Deschamps' subs actually worked out for him, but it didn't immediately impact the game. Like, even when he took off Giroud and Dembele for oh my God, I forgot his name again. Fuck me. 1 second.
Who are you thinking of?
The gentleman I just named earlier. I'm so bad with names. I'm sorry, guys.
Trust me, I'm bad with names.
Thurman and got it. 1 second.
You haven't got it yet.
Nope, it's loading. Okay. I'm so good at this, guys. Moani and Thuram. Even when he took off Giroud and Dembele for Moani and Thuram, they didn't really do much or impact the game much. I mean, Moani did. to a certain extent, he was causing havoc to Argentina on that right hand side. But both of them didn't really like change much of how France was playing overall up until Coleman and Camavinga came on. And once those two came on, then France really turned on. But also on Argentina's fault, I feel like on that second half, it took Scaloni, the manager, too long to make those changes, man. Like he didn't make any subs until like
Argentina manager.
Yeah, Scaloni, the Argentina manager. He didn't make any substitutions until, and I'm gonna look it up right now.
70
until
minutes?
the 70th minute, I think.
65.
65th minute.
Remember Di Maria, he can't last more than 60 minutes, man.
Yeah, so he took off Di Maria and he put on Acuna, I believe, right? He brought on Acuna, and that was it. Like you had like time. You could have sat back. You had the game to like control and defend because you have like the likes of Martinez on the bench and under other defenders, I believe too. Paredes being one, I believe, or Molina. Yeah. No. Montiel. There we go. Montiel. You could have brought them on sooner to defend the lead because you could see that France were trying to be counterattacking. They were trying to catch Argentina on the counterattack. And to be fair, both the goals were on counterattacks. When you think about it, like the penalty was conceded when it was in a counterattack. So like I don't know what you think about that. Like maybe this game could have been won a lot more comfortably by Argentina if Scaloni had just made those changes earlier. I don't know if you agree with that or not.
I just think Navy didn't want to change too much, like ruin the rhythm of like Argentina. Because Argentina, I thought they played better than France today. Like they definitely was the better team for me today.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't think he wanted to change too much. Obviously, he had to change Di Maria because he can't really last more than 70 minutes in a game. His legs were given, so we had to sub him off. Maybe he should have done another sub like in 90 minutes. He only did one. I think of, but yeah, like he did like a lot of his subs like in extra time. I think he did 4 subs or 5 subs actually. I'm pretty sure. Dybala came in. He did 5 subs in extra time. He actually did 5, so I think he just didn't at the end. Like maybe the players got tired. I just maybe he had faith in his players who he had on. That's all I think. But I think the French manager definitely tactically was like pretty good with the subs and everything and changing formation, changing everything. Like we saw, I think Theo Hernandez come off for Camavinga or one of the players when they went all out attack and they just tried to give everything. Even when they went 3-2 down, I thought maybe surely Argentina win it, but no, he changed it again to a back 3 and maybe she went defensively a lot more when they went 3-2 up. That's what I can think. But yeah, that's all I can think. What the manager should have done is maybe counted what he did. So maybe back 5 for Argentina. But maybe if they conceded with back 5, then the whole thing gets messed up for extra time. I don't know.
Maybe I can see where that argument's coming from. You don't want to ruin the rhythm of the game, and like you've been playing so well the whole game, you don't want to like risk messing that up. So I can see where you're coming from that. But I just felt like you could see that there was nothing in France's game throughout the whole entire match. Like they just were trying to. The strongest point was a counterattack, which Scaloni did a good job to nullify. And this Argentinian team also did a good job of nullifying. But Carlito, what's good, brother? How you doing, my man? What are your thoughts on this World Cup final, brother?
We got real Chris. We got real Chris in the house.
Yeah.
The one.
Oh man, what do you do? You kill fake Chris and bury him in his backyard?
Nah, man. I'm the only one Chris, man.
He's
the real
if you know Chris, he's clearly an imposter, man. I'm the only Chris. I was born Chris.
You need to get like a gold verification then, and your handle needs to be the one and only real Chris. I swear to God, it's just me.
To be honest, now that I think about it, I've never seen another Chris in the chat ever since the inception of this channel, so he might actually be the only and real Chris.
Yeah, where do you think they go if I see him, man?
I told you.
Where does he hide the bodies? Big up, Carlito.
So, so I gotta say this. I was on Sarcasm City stream. Lewis was gonna do his own stream, and like YouTube is kind of fucking with him when he wants to do live stuff. So I went on. He gave me the link to Sarcasm. Only went on for 8 minutes. They're fine and all that stuff. But one of the guests on the stream, it was like the 70th minute, right? And they're like, oh man, this game's dead. And they start talking about like Trent Alexander-Arnold versus the outside back from Man City. I can't even remember his name.
Brain the game?
No,
Cancelo?
Yeah, João Cancelo. Yeah. So they start talking about Trent versus João Cancelo. I'm like, guys, the World Cup final is on, and you guys are talking about this. Like, oh no, the game's dead. The game's dead. 5 minutes later, it's 2-2. It's 2-2.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, man, everybody in general, this whole generation of people, y'all need to stop being so unimpressed with everything all the time. Y'all need to stop being so.
They remember 2014 final.
I mean, like, you gotta stop being so fucking bored so easily. Dude, life is extremely interesting.
Hey, I don't know about you, Carlito, but I actually really like international football. I love it. And look, I love when it actually means something. I'm fathomed by the fact that I'm not accusing Lewis or anyone of this, but I'm fathomed by the fact that there are fans out there on Twitter or wherever they are, wherever echo chamber or white padded room they're sitting in, that like these people want to see the Premier League come back over the World Cup. It's just like,
I don't.
Dude, I mean,
have you not been watching this World Cup? It's incredible.
You can't take.
We support Chelsea, man.
You can't take a month off from Potterball, really? Like, oh, I'm so sorry that you have to talk about Trent versus João Cancelo because what ended up being the greatest final of all time was boring you. Now, look, I'm not shitting on Target. They're fine. They're good guys. This was a guest on their show. This wasn't them. It was a guest. Yeah, it was just some random guy. But I was like, you gotta be kidding me. So then, I watched the game and I'm like, this is astounding because this could have all been nullified if Messi had been given a card for that handball a couple weeks back. You remember that handball, the blatant one?
True.
Right? So I'm thinking to
true.
myself, when Qatar was actually formulating this tournament, one of the quotes they said is that I can't wait to give Messi the World Cup final trophy. So you kind of buried the lead there, fellas.
Right.
But no, I love the game. Mbappe is showing again he's the best player in the world. Like a staggering one-man show. He was unbelievable. But the last thing I have to say, Marshall, and you'll understand this this syndrome. Lautaro Martinez has got the yips. He's got the yips, dog. He is out there performing like Chuck
What? The yips? What does that mean?
He's got the whiskey fingers, bro. He's got the whiskey fingers.
Okay. He definitely look like he's on whiskey today, man.
No, the yips. The yips means staggering unperformance for no reason. You know, like all of a sudden, this is an American. It's a baseball term. You got the yips, right? Like all of a sudden, you're one of the best pitchers in baseball, Chuck Knobloch, playing for New York, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, his form becomes so bad that he's no longer a professional player. This happened in like a year, and so like when a player like David Duval with golf, like all of a sudden you lose your ability. Like you all of a sudden, like inexplicably, lose your ability. I feel like Lautaro Martinez has got a temporary case of the yips.
You know what? I can see that. He's been so unimpressive and so underwhelming in this World Cup, and everyone was just really hyping him up. Really hyping him up. So, I mean, it is what it is. People, I mean, he has potential, right? But it's like you're saying, like, it's one of those, like, it's up to him, really. He has to pick it up.
Yeah,
he really does. Alvarez was impressive.
I was gonna say with the like saying whoever's saying the World Cup's boring. Whenever you ever seen the World Cup, with like 6 goals, one person with a hat trick, and he still loses, yeah,
that's crazy when you deep it. Mbappe got a hat trick and he still lost.
We were seeing goals first half, second half. I think first half and second in extra time, or both goals in extra time. We're seeing goals like everywhere. I know France was pretty late to the goals, but they still did, and they gave it like they were still giving everything they can, and it went to a shootout. I love a penalty shootout. When it's not my team, I love a penalty shootout. I love it. So I think this final is like by far the best ever final I've seen like in my life.
Real Chris, final lesson for everybody involved. Everybody involved. Stop being so unimpressed with things that are clearly impressive. That are clearly impressive. Stop being so fucking too cool for everything. Because guess what? You're not too cool for everything. You're not.
What's going on, Ahmed? How you
doing? What's up, Ahmed?
What's up, dude? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing great, man. Thanks for asking. Listen, my lost today right now, but we just move on in it. From that, but I honestly think the last one that was like of this quality, I'll probably say is the Italy France one. The one like Zidane.
Yeah.
Last one. I almost think, but this one was, Like I was watching this game live. It was with like some of my fellow Argentinian mates, and it was like 2-0. Like, and the thing was, France wasn't doing anything. Like, Griezmann wasn't that great in this game.
No.
Like the whole basically attack force was not great. And then all it took was a penalty to revitalize these guys.
Unbelievable.
Yeah,
They took a penalty, and all of a sudden they were like, "Oh yeah, we're in the World Cup. Let's play."
The difference between like the first goal, and
Yeah.
like the second goal was 90 seconds. It
Yeah.
was
Literally.
like 90 seconds. It was like off the charts, man. Like I was, and the thing is, it's like Lilian Thuram was playing this squad. I don't rate him. He plays like much of that back. You got
Yeah.
Kolo Toure. He's a young prospect in it, so I don't know that much about him. I'll be honest, but it was just crazy. Like what was going on? And then you've got like Rabiot playing apparently with concussion for like I think 25 minutes, and he was one of those guys that out the goal for extra time. It was
It's crazy.
Dude, Rabiot was responsible for that second goal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you.
Yeah,
And
he was
had
part of the link
concussion.
up, right?
Yeah, and he
Coleman
was
to
like-
Rabiot to Thuram, and then Thuram chipped it over to fucking Mbappe.
Fucking
he
believable
was
goal.
apparently he was going for concussion. Proved that.
Jesus Christ, man.
I was like, yo, this shit is ridiculous, man. Oh my word, man.
And you
I feel
know
like
what's
they scored
crazy?
To make it 3-2. They scored to make
Yeah.
it 3-2, and it was like off a rebound and everything. I was like, nah, I can't believe it's happening. And then the penalty.
And then the
I was
penalty.
like, no.
Dude, when
Yo.
the penalty conceded, I couldn't even react because I was like, this isn't real. Like, what's happening right now? No, Argentina's still winning. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. I can't believe this right now. I'm not even like, I couldn't even react to it. It was absolutely crazy.
The fuck did
No,
the whole thing
please.
crash? I have you like froze up for me.
Yeah, I'll
No.
tell you. No, we're good. We're here. We're here.
And
We're alive and
everything
well.
just like I clicked on something and
Stop
everything
clicking
froze
on
up.
things.
I
But
just
no,
clicked
like,
on Discord, man.
For
It's
me,
like-
You know
there's
Go ahead.
nothing. There's no drama like goals in extra time. Where it's
Dude,
like your
yeah.
legs are done. It's just
Oh.
like they conceded a goal, and it's like, fuck, man. We got to just put it all out there now. Let's do it. And oh my God, France just that comeback.
Yo.
I mean,
You know what? This World Cup, man. This World Cup, it almost feels like the GOAT debate has been finished now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the old guy has now left. But the main man has come to the stage now officially. He came to the stage 2018, but now he against the old guy. The old legend. He's almost passed the torch to him now. Little hat trick now. So
yeah,
listen, I used to listen. Mbappe after this game, I have to say, put my hands up, big man. You know what? The keys. Here's the keys, man. You know what I mean? The keys have been passed over to him. 'Cause
listen,
I can't lie to you. He after because listen, he's gone to Inter Miami, man. Listen, let's be real. Messi's
Yeah.
gone Inter Miami. Neymar probably in a year or two, he's gone to Inter Miami. Ronaldo, what's happened with Ronaldo? It's been like it's already been declining. It's already been
Yeah.
declining further. It's basically Mbappe and then maybe Haaland and then whoever's after him.
Yeah,
Ooh,
no,
Haaland?
I agree with
I reckon Mason Mount maybe.
Oh,
No,
my
no,
God.
Shut the
Yes.
fuck up.
Ahmed. Holland? He's
I-
a goal
Haaland.
scorer, but he's not like a great
No,
footballer.
No, I think
No, but-
I think what I mean by that is just that the amount of goals he's gonna score is probably gonna maybe
but
put him in that
but
trajectory.
Mbappe, dude. Okay,
But
hold on.
Mbappe
The
automatically.
stuff Mbappe was doing today, Holland is nowhere near skilled enough to do that.
Bro,
shit.
all right,
can't lie
hold
to
on.
you.
Not even
I gotta put this out there. Like, and I agree with Ahmed saying, I think in the future for Mbappe, it's gonna be phenomenal for him. He's gonna be one of the greatest as well. All right, I'm
Yeah.
not denying that. Okay, I'm not denying that. But this performance today, look, he got his hat trick. At the end of the day, you have to score penalties.
Yeah, go ahead.
But for 75 minutes, what frustrates me about Mbappe, he was not there. He was waiting for the ball to come to him for 75 minutes. And mind you, he was double man marked at all times in the game. So it is hard to get out of there. But and I was saying this to Chris too, at least Dembele, who, yeah, he was so shit today. But at least Dembele was trying to pressure in the defense and help out the defense and run the ball up and up and down the wing. And Mbappe was just like,
See you later, guys.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, I feel like Mbappe. He sort of reminds me of like Ronaldo in the sense that he wants to be given the ball, and then it's him from there, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
Whereas,
yeah.
You know, when you look at someone like Messi, for example, he's much more of a creative guy. He can take the ball like maybe from the midfield, do
Yes.
like one dribble, or maybe create something for another guy to do. And we've seen that for how many years?
Hold on.
But Mbappe, he can do that. But the thing is, he needs to drive, and he needs that space as well. And when you have guys like the first half, like France was not clicking, man. Let's be real. Like the other guys weren't helping him out. The midfield, like Tchouaméni was trying to do alone in that midfield.
Griezmann was horrible in that first half.
Yeah, Griezmann was horrible. Rabiot wasn't even doing what he usually does, and I think again that has to do with illness, isn't it? Like the illness thing that's been going on in that camp. So it was shared in my eyes. And then you got Tio Hernandez. Tio Hernandez was actually meant to be, help him out in the sense of giving him the overlap, but they sort of, they were sort of reading that. And I think it was Molina he was up against, isn't he?
It's really weird because at the same time, like, was that a tactical decision to not be as aggressive because you're worried about Argentina's counterattack?
But that's
or
what
did you want
the
to
whole
sit
tournament. But Marsh didn't like the whole tournament. Look at the England game. The England game. Look at even the Poland game. The games before that, they haven't really, been on the front foot. They like to be much more of the counter-attacking team. Even Morocco, for periods of the game, were basically, onto them in a sense, and they were the ones that were defending.
Carlito, you had a dispute?
Yeah. So okay, number one, Messi drops into the midfield because he can't beat anybody anymore. All right, so let's be very clear about that. When Messi was younger, he played up higher and wider, and he'd receive the ball, and he would go at guys. Dude, he's 35 years old. Don't expect him to beat people anymore. The other thing is that, look, Messi also walks 95% of the game. Messi doesn't press. Messi doesn't defend. Messi doesn't do anything.
But today he did.
I thought Messi trapped back a lot today.
Hold on.
But it's like final, man. Come on.
Hold on. I'm saying
It's the same thing for Mbappe.
I'm saying, but what I'm saying is that, you guys are killing Mbappe for it, but okay, great. Everybody can get up for one game, but what I'm saying, as a rule, dude, Messi walks all over the place. So let's not.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Let's not just pretend that he's altruistic and flawless, because he's not. But today, of course he busted his ass, because some people thought he was going to retire after today. He's not, but it could have gone any other way. If they would have lost, he probably would have retired. So he was going to give it all. Of course he was going to.
But that's what I mean too. Like, it's like the same thing goes for Griezmann and Mbappe, more so Mbappe as well. But it's like, this is a final. Like, give it your all, run, press with the ball, get involved. Like, you see your team is struggling to get out of the midfield. I don't know, link up more, be more, find yourself in better spaces.
I think Marshall, though, you also have to realize these guys, like, since basically COVID, these guys have been playing non-stop essentially, barring 2 to 3 weeks break. These guys have been playing non-stop, and there's a reason why there's been so many injuries that have been picked up this World Cup and even previously. They're almost like, not 100%, if that makes sense. Where they can, if this was like an ordinary World Cup period or something like that, it wouldn't necessarily be happening like that.
But the same thing goes for, France too. Like, it's not just Argentina. Same goes for Argentina, as I meant. It's not just going for France. So it is what it is. It's just I feel like there's an attitude in there,
It was just literally Messi and the mercenaries, man. I'm telling you, man.
I don't know about that. Listen. I need to listen. I need to have this because the thing is, like, when people talk about the GOAT, and look, I'm not trying to compare Maradona to Messi. It's always one thing, right? It's always, Maradona is better because he had donkeys around him and he was the only good player. He was shit. And then in the same fucking conversation, people are saying, it's just Messi. Argentina sucks. It's just Messi. You can't have it both ways. So it's like one or the other, like, it's like, I'm not saying you're saying that, Ahmed, but I'm just seeing people on Twitter say it all the time. And it's just like, you can't have it both ways.
Marshall, who's saying it's just Messi? Do you know how many good players are on Argentina?
I'm not saying. Dude, McAllister today had a brilliant performance. McAllister had a brilliant performance today.
If Dybala was not injured, he would have been playing too. But dude, there's a ton of great players.
I don't know about Dybala, but
I don't.
I don't know about Dybala. I don't know about Dybala.
Right,
I don't rate Dybala. I don't rate Dybala. You could have said anyone else but Dybala.
Oh, you hater! You are a hater.
Red card.
That is brutal, Marshall.
Alex, what you saying, bro? What you saying, Alex? How you been, brother?
I'm alright. I'm just gonna hear this for a long time now, but the Messi is the GOAT, so shit happens.
Alex was
happens
on
once
the
you
stream.
go.
Alex was on the stream when one of the dudes today is like, "Oh, this game's dead," and then 5 minutes later, it's 2-2.
Jesus
Like-
Christ.
Oh, was there watch long?
Yeah,
watch along.
Oh.
Anyway, the biggest thing for me was the manager making the changes to Argentina that actually did help him. Messi didn't do by himself this time. This finally was more about the team. Messi individual skills were showed, but it wasn't him. It was to be fair, for the 70th minute, Di Maria was the one that outshined everybody. And that's why I think that actual reason why they won, it's, if you think about it, Di Maria was on the bench for all the games, so this is how the manager looked at the game.
He was
He
injured,
looked
by
at
the
the
way,
ga- He looked at the game and he said, "I don't want to be a Southgate. I'm not going to react and make the defensive start of a team and say that I will basically put a defender that will try to eliminate Dembele's abilities." He actually went and did it differently. He said, "I think my guy is better than your guy, and see who's your
True.
guy is actually will win it." Dembele was one of the best players of this tournament for France. Dembele, Griezmann, were one of the best players. Everything came from that side. So what happened was, and it means that like a build up went from the right side more than it went from the left side. When on the left side, basically, it's the Ninja Turtle guy. He was by himself over there. So,
Mbappe, yeah.
I can't really.
but
For those
on
of
the
you who do
right
not
side,
know, Mbappe.
but on the right side, it was Dembele and Griezmann. So to eliminate that, you need to stop him. But he didn't do by putting defensive like Gareth Southgate put the two players on the one player. He literally said, "My player will play better than your player," and he did. Di Maria was the man that actually changed the game. First of all, he did one thing. He did by that he not only minimized the Dembele importance by limiting Dembele, he limited Griezmann. That's the problem. Griezmann is not creative midfielder. Griezmann good when he has a creative player beside him. What another thing he did is by putting this Di Maria at the start, he actually took some pressure off Messi. So the other teams start not putting pressure on defenders on the Messi. They start put pressure evenly on Di Maria and Messi. So that will give what's the name Messi's the runs in the middle that he had a couple of times in the game. That's tactically how manager beat that French team. When you go 1-1, by the way, I don't think it's a penalty. I think it's the ghost. It shouldn't be a penalty, but it's not the reason they lost. The second goal,
penalty, by the way.
First one, the most important one.
Okay.
The second goal was literally like the kill shot from Argentina standard point. If you have pragmatic manager like Deschamps, he's a great manager, but he's pragmatic manager. He doesn't know what to do when you go and go down, because you have a team and you build a team to not give you you can't just go from a semi-possession team, I'm okay with giving you space, to all of a sudden, I need all a possession. He can't. It doesn't have a capability of even doing it. So only thing that changed the game is individual brilliance from Mbappe and Canavenga as a left back, because whatever that guy named that Scott been telling me about, we should have gone for that left back from AC Milan. He's the best in the world. Fucking A, not everybody
I'm not
best.
gonna lie. Theo Hernandez is not impressive to me. Yeah,
It's-
I'm sorry, I
I
was just
thought,
talking
I
about-
thought he had a decent.
I don't know. I expected too much of him. I think maybe.
Look,
No, I
when
think
the
with Theo-
person I didn't ask for the like definition of the Theo Hernandez. I'm saying like let me finish my sentence.
Yeah,
Theo
yeah, yeah.
Hernandez is like Trent Alexander, really, really good going forward. What a shit going backwards. But out of my players, I want the defender to be defender, and then he can be a good going forward. Like Rhys James. Rhys James is a
Yeah.
good defender first. His attributes he can go forward to, not the other way around. So they literally exposed that side of it. Literally. So when
Yeah.
Camavinga came, Camavinga changed the game. It's what
Yeah.
like what a talented kid that Camavinga
Yeah.
is. So to play a left back, I actually think that they improved.
Yeah.
So
I
and
can't disagree.
like it was brilliant. It was brilliant the way he came in. But of course, like individual talent, and the problem was like for the 20 minutes when they equalized it, and before we went to the extra time, they stopped again. They literally stopped again. What's the name? France did not need the stop. They needed to play to the strings and go directly to the forward lines the way they did, the way they ended the normal time. But they stopped in the extra time. And I was like, if they go into the penalty, there's no chance that Lori's guy gonna save like outplay Martinez in the penalty kicks. Not a freaking chance. And that's what happened.
Carlito,
Yeah,
Carlito, you gotta
so-
head out. So you say we gotta say
I
that.
got two things to say. Number one, if you convert an attacker or a midfielder to outside back, they're going to be bad at defense. They'll be great going forward, but they're going to be bad at defense. And that's because Theo Hernandez and the guy from Man City and fucking Trent Alexander-Arnold, they're not outside backs. They're not
Cancelo.
defenders. That's why they're not good at defense. Yeah, Cancelo. Second thing, we're going to need 3 midfielders in the January window or the summer window. One of them better be Adrian Rabiot. See you guys.
Have a good one, Carlito. On to what Alex was saying. I don't see, like, I understand what you were saying about going into extra time, how France didn't keep progressing forward. I think that was mostly not really much of their choice. I think it was the I'm sorry. Scallione, I forgot his name already. Scaloni, thank you. Scaloni, I was really close. I think it was partially because Scolani decided to put fresh legs into the pitch finally, when he should have done it earlier to really close off the game, but unfortunately he didn't. And I think that counteracted what France was doing. So I think there was a tactical little bit of a chess match going on there. What I will ask you guys too is, obviously hindsight's 2020, but at the time that the sub happened, and I'm referring to the very first sub that Deschamps made, would you have taken off Giroud?
It was injury.
I heard
Was
it
it
was
injury?
yeah.
It was
Okay.
injured since the training camp. He just gave him a go, but his knee was injured. He was
So what
injured.
happened to Dembele? It was just Dembele because like he was.
Dembele
was
was
horrible. Yeah, I
Dembele
get
was
that
Yeah,
one.
terrible.
I knew
Yeah,
he was
Dembele
terrible,
was
but I
terrible.
was like, listen, man, the guy you bring him on for, though, I don't know
If he left Dembele,
okay.
if Dembele could outlast Di Maria.
Hmm.
If Dembele was still on the field when Di Maria was out, it will be switched. But you don't have time. I think Deschamps was.
He was trying to he was trying to be too.
He's tried to address it immediately. He's tried to fix it because
Yeah.
it was 2-0. It wasn't wild
Yeah.
goal difference. It was 2-0. You have to make some drastic moment. But the guy
I
who
get
came
that.
for him he wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Yeah, man.
Moani, I don't know. I feel like Moani made a really big impact into the game.
No,
I'll
Thuram
say
was initially.
Thuram was not. I was not rating Thuram. I'm not gonna lie.
Because I realized that Dembele's problem wasn't Dembele. I realized that Dembele's problem was not being enough up in the Argentina
attack?
top of the field. Yes.
Mhm.
So
I can't lie to
if
you.
it was me, I probably will change Griezmann versus Dembele, and wait it up
I could
when
see
how
that.
long the Di Maria was
Yeah.
gonna last.
I could see that.
Because Griezmann is not creative. Dembele can put the pass. Dembele can make a run. Griezmann is there like what's his face like That Tottenham player, I always forget that Duncan.
Hoiberg? No, not Hoiberg. I'm
no,
sorry.
forward one. That
Is
now
it
plays at
some-
Turkey. Plays at Turkey now.
Oh, you mean Dele Alli? Is that what you're trying to say?
Dele Alli. It's
Dele
literally
Alli.
Dele Alli.
Mm.
Griezmann is Dele Alli when he has no creative plays around him. When the games doesn't go that way, Griezmann literally Dele Alli. And look at the other way. What's his name? Couldn't hold the ball either. Giroud, because he was hurt. So Griezmann without Giroud and Dembele. Let that sink in.
And you know what's hindering them? I can't lie to you. Kunde, yeah, Di Maria was having fun with that guy, man.
It was what's his name?
Di Maria
Kunde.
was.
Can you imagine? We almost signed him.
Di
Gem.
Maria was cooking it, man.
Can you imagine we almost signed Dembele too?
I will be okay with us signing Dembele.
I would have been okay.
The thing
with
is-
this still.
Did you see that meme, by the way, Marshall? The one where, I almost signed with them. Yo, this is a generation.
No,
Dembele.
it's just like-
Did we sign
Alex,
Dembele
imagine
for
this.
the offensive or for the defensive skills?
Well, the thing is, the problem, the reason I say that is because if we had Dembele, it would have been a Tuchel signing. Maybe Tuchel stays. Who knows what would have happened? History would have been rewritten, right? But if Tuchel would have put him as a right wing back, the defensive liability that Dembele is, I didn't know until I saw him this World Cup, and I'm like, oh my god! And like, look, let's not. I said this earlier, right? It's not to play down Di Maria in any sense. He's a very he's had a career, right? He's had a great career as a winger, but come on, man, like you got done. You got spun by Di Maria multiple times.
Di Maria was like, let's have some fun, bro. You know what I mean? It's
He
my
did,
final-
yeah.
Let's have
He
some
played
fun.
with him.
Yo,
Him and Kunde. Oh my goodness.
If you saw the goal, the one that became the pen, yeah, it was because
Yeah.
Kunde was running scared, and then Dembele had to come back to help, and then he had that little brain fart moment of hitting him.
Yeah.
Quite literally. Oh my.
You don't think that
God.
was? Wait, let me ask you, Alex. You don't think that was a foul, or do you think that was just a really light foul? And unfortunately, because of the game and how it's played, any touch, any contact in the freaking box is given as a foul now.
What are you talking about? Which
The
penalty?
first
first-
penalty,
the
the
first
Dembele
penalty.
Both
penalty.
penalties are soft, by the way.
Yeah.
Do what?
Both
Dembele
penalties.
penalty.
The Dembele.
Dembele penalty? When did Dembele get penalty?
When he fouled Di Maria,
Yeah.
the very first penalty.
Oh, yeah. I don't think it's a penalty. The guy was already going down before the contact.
Mhm. Yeah, Di Maria was.
He was going down, and that's when the
yeah.
contact started.
Yeah.
It didn't look
the
that
Dem-
way to me. It looked like he slightly touched him and he wobbled off. It was soft.
It's just the
I
touch.
agree.
It was really soft. It's just
And
the
that's-
fact that he made contact. You know,
Then
And
again,
that's why-
I felt like
Watch contact on the ankles
I felt
or
like-
on the body.
on the ankle,
No,
I
He
felt
got a
like
little kick.
I felt like the French
Yeah,
penalty
that was
well,
the
just
that was
soft.
the watch the body. He was already going. down.
Yeah, probably,
No,
probably.
Alex is right about the body part, but it's because that he hit him, yeah, on the little ankle, and then he was already falling, and then like
He was already falling down. And
Yeah, yeah.
the moment he touches,
Yeah.
he's leaning forward, falling down. Just look at
Mhm.
them replay. He's
Yeah.
touching
Yeah,
him.
yeah.
The body position is already off balance.
Di Maria
You
knew what he
can
was
ask.
doing.
You can ask when they.
But I don't get
yeah.
why. I was gonna say,
Why?
I don't-
Because
I
he
know-
gave
I don't
the
know, I don't get
penalties.
why. No, I don't get why
The-
Dembele stuck his foot out there from behind.
Yes, I'm saying to you, I don't know why
He was probably nervous.
That
He's
is the
probably
one thing
nervous.
you should have never done for me. Like just sticking
No,
his foot out. Like
the
giving
thing
the
is, Marshall-
referee or VAR any like
Mhm.
sniff to give it a penalty.
But
And the
Marshall's
referee.
been here before. Dembele's been to a final, been to a final before, and that's what.
Yeah.
I think for me, what it was, he was so scared that Di Maria could probably take on Kunde that he was thinking, let me just take him out.
It could, but it also could be like he got spun. He got spun in that play. It was like he got done, and that when that happens to you as when you're playing, sometimes you just get angry. You're like, oh no, fuck this, and you like, your ego takes over, and maybe you get
Okay.
taken over by anger. And
Yeah.
obviously,
Yeah.
he's professional, but
We have a real life
Yeah,
example.
yeah,
Didier
Drogba,
Drogba
exactly.
in 2012 final in the
Yeah.
extra time when he fouled Ribery.
stupid fouls like that.
But we have
know
like
what happens.
But
but
there
we have-
wasn't a foul. I don't think it.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not saying
But we have
it.
like
It's
a-
I
it's
don't think
soft
so.
for
I
me,
know
yeah.
so. It's not soft.
Remember,
It's no penalty. It's no penalty whatsoever. the referee, the reason why VAR didn't turn it, it's because he already blew the whistle and give him a penalty. So
Well-
even if VAR, that will be meaning that they overturned obvious and thing. What was matter is Di Maria clipped exactly. He
Yeah,
clipped his
right here.
own ankles together when they are running up to it. That's why I asked Marshall, which contact are you talking about? The contact from Di Maria on the ankles or contact when they went against each other? If you're gonna talk about against each other, that means that we gotta go backwards, which means that could be outside the box, not inside the box. But because he was falling down already, the ankles are crap. Look, VAR probably would have found excuse to give not. As a matter of fact, VAR checked. They didn't change their mind because on-field referee made the decision. They cannot overturn it. For
What did you
example,
guys think?
if referee didn't blow the whistle for the penalty, I don't think VAR will come back and say that's a penalty. They would have stuck with the decision what referee made. By the way, I think referee had a really, really poor.
I was going to ask you that
game.
actually. Yeah.
Not a
Did
good,
you guys
not
think
a
he had a poor game?
I think it was
Yeah,
okay, man.
I think he
it wasn't
was.
too bad. Maybe he made one or two mistakes. don't
There's
get
a
me wrong,
couple
but-
of yellow cards that need to be done earlier that would have made that game a little bit more cautious on physicality. For example, that another Tottenham, Otamendi, they both should be on yellow cards. What's his name? What's his name? Argentina was playing feisty. Argentina was nasty. But when they get checked, they're rolling around like nobody's business. They're rolling and rolling.
DePaul. Yeah, DePaul. Oh my God, that guy.
It was annoying a little bit. to
DePaul,
watch
man.
that.
Yeah,
Listen,
DePaul was annoying.
0 ratings for me. Listen, I don't rate that
Yeah.
guy. But
No,
this
I don't either.
This guy, but he was playing real football today. You know what I mean? Him, Enzo, and McAllister in midfield.
McAllister was really good
Well,
today.
I
I was
would
impressed
say,
with him.
yeah, but almost 80 minutes of that game, they basically had the handle of that midfield against Tchouaméni, Rabiot, and I think
Yeah.
they had control of that midfield, man. Shout out to them.
Well,
But, you know,
if you cannot control the ball up top, it will come back to the midfield. And
Yeah.
Tchouaméni, no matter who there was in that midfield, they're gonna get exposed because you have more option times for doing it, and you have only two midfielders. I don't care what people say. Griezmann is not a midfielder.
he's a cam. He's playing as a cam, essentially. He's not even playing. He's playing like as a second
Exactly.
striker.
So
Yeah,
it's basically everything drops on Tchouaméni and on Rabiot. Even though I don't like that whatever head and shoulders guy with the long hair, but shit, I can blame him for it. By the way, I still think Argentina, they deserve to win, and I think they wanted more. You can see
You could see,
the
yeah, you could
players,
see it.
McAllister, the players like the kid for Davo midfield, they wanted to win.
Even
They
Alvarez
wanted,
today.
yeah.
Yeah,
They
the
No,
can-
22-year-olds.
but the thing is, this is almost like Messi's last dance. You know what I mean? When it's someone's
Yeah.
last dance, and
Well-
like, he's basically like you're like
I don't think it's a Messi. I think it's Argentinian young kids. I think they won like I'm telling you. Of course, you want your player to win in the World Cup like Messi because everybody in
yeah.
Argentina is gonna be like every kid's gonna be like. But it wasn't like this all the time. Argentina wasn't like we always. Some Argentina saying that he was more Spanish than he's Argentinian when they lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now we're gonna all claim him. So what I'm saying is that the young generation of Argentina, the midfielders, they're really, really actually good. So
Yeah.
props to them. They didn't fall under pressure against players like Mbappe, Griezmann. Those are the big names of the World Cup, and they grinded. McAllister, that kid from Benfica, they grinded that game. They are always beside them, always ready for the challenge, and they outpaced them. It was a brilliance from Mbappe, man. It was a brilliance, man. Like individually, it was brilliant. Especially the second goal was probably one of, like I told on a couple on the streams before. But for me, this World Cup was people saying like one of the best, and I agree, it's one of the best World Cup. It's not the most controversial because it was like people forget or people don't know that in the 2018 Russia was in the same boat as Qatar. Like, don't travel to Russia because you're gonna get killed. Putin is gonna nuke the Ukraine. Like there was all kinds of shit said
The
about
violence
it.
was thrown around a lot. I
Yeah.
remember.
It
They
was
will kill you. They
It was
hurt you.
yeah. All kinds of stuff was happening. So for me, it was like the entertainment wise, Russia was a little bit better. I knew it because I knew it. I know it. I have like Qatar outside the football. It wasn't that much. It was a beautiful place, but it wasn't that much. I have a couple of friends that went there. The spirit of countries that do not console with that, like alphabet people and all that stuff. That I'm not like saying disgracing them. I'm saying like that agenda that driven by a politician, by a Western media into the culture. It shouldn't be into the culture physically pushed. They have their own culture. You have to respect it. This is why this game is so good, that actually brings the cultures. If you divide them, it will make them stronger. So what I wanted, it actually happened. Western team didn't win, even though I didn't want Messi to win it. But shit, I'll take that L. But what I'm saying is, it's one of the greatest finals I've ever watched. Ever. That final was brilliant.
I have to let it simmer for me.
For me,
For me, I still have to let it simmer a little bit because I really hold that Spain Netherlands final really close to me, because that one was like just so back and forth, the fouls, the aggressiveness. But this one, I can't argue too much about it either, because this one was fucking fantastic.
Even France Croatia was a good final too, as I remember.
It was a good final as a game, but it's nothing to do.
We got goals in every single half. We got goals in the first half, goals in the second half, goals in extra time, and then penalties. Like, it was crazy.
The Croatia France one wasn't really as competitive as this. Like, it
was.
No, what I mean by that is in the sense that this had the drama.
No, this is the problem with people. If it's not a basketball, it's not entertaining. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
if it's not
that's me with that
final
with Spain and Netherlands. That was the drama
I think
for me.
You're right about entertainment. I think it's the quality of what the other games were. I just think this was the best entertainment game ever. Like as a final.
I agree too, because to a certain extent too, when you really think about it, like tactically too, they were going back and forth. Like it took a while for Deschamps subs to kick in, but when you think about it, the goals that France got in the 80th minute, those were the subs. Coleman to Rabiot to Thuram, and then the penalty was
even the penalty was his name involved.
And the penalty was forgetting his name. Moani. I keep forgetting his name, but he got the penalty. So the subs ended up working out for him, and it was just wow. And then we talked about how the second half, the fresh legs and all that, but
it was good. I enjoyed it. World Cup is over. Finally, we're going back to the club football, the real football. The GOAT conversation is over.
Are you looking forward to Chelsea though?
No.
Hell yeah, I'm being upset more about the Chelsea stopping for this shit at all.
I'm looking forward to the transfer window.
Look, I wanted this World Cup. I wanted the World Cup. I like the World Cup. But what happened to Russian national team? I will not forgive the fucking people that decided that.
It's not I agree with that.
Yeah, I don't like that.
No, it's so. And here we go. I don't know if we're gonna make it to the Euros. I'm not gonna know if we're gonna make it to the World Cup in 2026, and why. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to hear it. I don't
like the politics involved in the game. I really don't. And it's
And
think about it. This World Cup would have been even more entertaining, because when you think of the impact that Russia made in the last World Cup, when no one really expected them to make it as far as they did, and they did. Now think about that with Morocco involved in the mix too. Like, this would have been an even more entertaining World Cup if Russia came back like they did in 2018.
Would Russia replace Wales? I'm assuming, isn't that right?
We qualified. One of the first teams we qualified in.
It would have been over Poland.
We were the Poland.
And Poland was dead. Poland was one of the worst teams this World Cup. I don't know how they got to the round of 16.
By the way, didn't we beat you, Chris?
What?
Or no? Didn't
No.
we beat? Well, no, we won't. Well, we will
No.
beat Germany. We beat Germany
In
the
the
qualifying.
Euros, though, Alex, Wales beat Russia by a high score.
Oh,
By a
my
high
God.
score.
Jesus, man.
You want to stay quiet?
Yeah, Russia European champions. You never can say that.
Okay, well,
And never say that. And never say that.
I don't know when I can actually like big up Wales for a while now because Bale's just too old. He's too old. His legs
You
are
gotta
gone.
He
wait.
was young
You gotta wait a
sometimes,
few
and he's still
decades.
shit.
You gotta wait a few decades, Chris. You gotta wait a few decades.
2016 Wales was like something else, man. Beating prime Belgium, just about losing to Portugal. I'm never gonna see that Wales
Not
again.
in a tournament, in the qualifying stages.
What do you mean qualifying stages? Sorry.
Like I'm saying, you didn't beat Belgium in the tournament. You beat Belgium in the qualifying stages.
No. They beat him in just before in the
yeah,
Euros
yeah,
before
yeah.
Portugal, before the semi-finals. They knocked him out 3-1. That one. I will never see that again. But you know, I seen it. I'm just
Yeah. I forgot about that.
I'm just gonna stay humble about that, man.
Yeah, I'll remember when Russia beat Holland 3-0 or 2-0. And
How
then
did it beat Holland?
Those games are memorable, man.
those are the
ones.
the goal.
Holland didn't even score, man. Couldn't even beat
People
the...
just forget that Russia's actually really has a good football teams and stuff. The only
I mean-
goalkeeper that ever win the Ballon d'Or, but named after them.
They
So-
won't forget when this
Yeah,
gentleman
yeah.
joins our team. Who's the one from
Russia.
Dynamo?
Yeah, I don't know if he's gonna join or
Forgot
not.
his name.
I hope
We'll
so,
see.
but
I hope so too. But no, this World Cup was entertaining. I think it like you guys said earlier too. I think it does show. I hope it does at least for Argentina's sake to put more respect on that team and not just Messi, because like we said, that midfield we can talk about it for days. Like it's a phenomenal midfield. They did a lot of work today to
By the
push
way,
back. Yeah.
that young kid, Russian kid, would have been in the World Cup in Russia's national team.
Yeah. And that's no feat to
You
laugh
see what
at
I'm
either.
saying? There would have been that
Mm-hmm.
another Monaco Russian player. There was gonna be another striker that coming up at Russian player. Dude, man, I'm so pissed. I had so much hopes for this World Cup because we
would have been a good
qualified
one.
and we
Mhm.
qualified in style. And man, it even pisses me off even more than.
And one more note I want to add to before maybe we decide to end this, but like I gotta give kudos and I gotta remind the people Emiliano Martinez is a phenomenal goalkeeper.
Yeah,
Absolutely
Well-
phenomenal goalkeeper.
penalties. I think he's Kepa. I don't think he's that good.
No, but Alex, the
save.
last minute goal in extra time, Coleman
Wow,
one
should've been a
against
goal.
him. It should have been
That
a goal,
was
but
on
Emiliano
Coleman more than
Martinez.
that was on Coleman.
Was
He
it
just
on
got
Coleman?
No,
I
he
don't
just
know. I'm
no, he
convinced
just
Martinez
he just got
reacted
himself
well.
as big as he can.
He
put the
extended
foot up
his
over
leg
the
somehow
bar.
extended, man. His leg extended even
Could
further
he-
than I thought.
could-
It
could he
is so
not-
far.
Could he not have squared the ball? Could he not? have
Yeah, he
squared it?
could. He
Yeah,
could.
no, didn't he?
It's
So-
it's on. It's
Could he?
yeah.
Yeah.
First
I
of
didn't
all,
see that
he
option.
did not make a save. The guy kicked at him.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It wasn't
I don't know.
straight at him.
Emiliano
He was
Martinez
kind-
had to extend his foot.
He essentially.
I've
drove
seen
into
those
the
goals
wall.
go in though, Alex. Like in those 1v1 situations.
I
where they
thought
go
it was
this
in.
way.
I was like, there's
Any
no way.
kind
And
of
he
one,
saves it.
look, any kind of one versus one, it's on the guy that kicks it, not the guy that saves it. It's the same thing on the penalty, pretty much. It's more about the guys that kicks the penalty than the guys that
True,
saves
true.
it. So for me, Martinez is a good goalkeeper, but he's not a good in-game goalkeeper. In-game goalkeeper, he's not a world class. I will not use that world class kids thing. The only world class players I'm considering when they retire. He's not a big top 4 team. That's it. He will not bench anybody at Man City. He will not bench anybody at Real Madrid. He will not bench anybody at Liverpool. He'll bench at Chelsea. There's 2 donkeys there, but I'm telling you, man, he will not. He will not bench him.
I don't know.
I don't think so, man. For Villa,
I think
he
that's
was.
one.
There's
Well, he's-
plenty of
it's-
times that
it's-
Villa fans
for
are
Villa,
saying that
though.
he's shit.
It's for
You know
Villa.
what it is,
opposite.
man?
Villa are so bad. Villa are so
No,
bad
they're not.
defensively.
Bro,
They have-
I'm gonna be honest with you. Watch when they got in an Emery now. They got a proper manager now. Watch when they start hooping.
Yeah,
And that's what I'm
Exactly.
saying.
Oh, fair.
That
What
team
is it
has a
about-
quality players, and now we have a quality manager. That
Fair.
team,
I mean,
they're gonna be West Ham of last season. Watch it.
You know,
They're gonna
so
be
good.
outside, top 4 in the in the Europa conversation by the end of the season.
I'm gonna
By
keep an eye on
minutes.
Martinez because I do rate him. And when Villa were playing well, when they didn't have Tyrone Mings, who was as bad as he is now,
You
he
rate
was
Martinez
good. He was
really
good.
highly, like really
I
highly.
do. I do. I've wanted him at Chelsea for a
I
minute
do rate
now.
him. I do rate him.
No,
quite
I
highly.
do rate him.
Mhm.
I don't rate him top 4 team goalkeeper.
He's a
I
good
think he
defender.
can. I think he can challenge definitely our
Maybe,
keepers.
maybe.
For sure.
I don't know. Definitely.
Who?
Yeah, definitely bench
Our
our
keepers.
keepers. Obviously, he'll definitely
He
bench
can
our
definitely
keepers.
challenge Mendy. He can definitely
I think
challenge.
Mendy's
Pepe.
done.
You
Mendy's
discover
definitely done.
America with that sentence, man. I told you that.
Just because he can manage our goalkeepers doesn't mean we should get him. We should be.
He's
aiming
not a
for
good
higher.
shot. He's not a good
Yeah.
shot
In my
blocker.
opinion, he's been more impressive than this guy. Okay, Diogo Costa. We saw what he did in the tournament.
Yeah.
I wasn't that impressed with him.
The problem is Diego Costa is young, and Martinez is not a young. He's in his age as a goalkeeper.
He's in his prime, basically.
Prime,
He's in his
yes.
prime, yeah. He's in his goalkeeping prime.
So you keep forgetting that. That Diego Costa goalkeeper literally forgot to look at his behind him to see if there's a
Yeah.
player behind him. That's a young. That's
Yeah.
a young
I'll give him
mistake.
that.
Not
I'll
a.
give him that. I'll give him that. There's time for him to develop and all that. I'll give him
No,
that.
Arsenal liked him. They did not know what to do if they stay with the guy they pay high money for.
Burnt Leno or
Yeah.
Martinez. Yeah.
It's like our
And
situation, man.
he ended up getting rid of
Exactly.
both of them.
We don't know who
Yeah.
to stick with.
It
I
is
gotta
what
go
it
eat
is.
food, man.
Yeah, I gotta head out as well. But guys, like as always, thank you for coming in today. Hopefully you enjoyed. Congratulations, Argentina. Congratulations to the Messi fans. You know, you want to on him, then go ahead, do your
my
thing.
Lord.
But
Lord.
listen.
Thank you for that noise.
it was a lovely World Cup. I think we'll be back on Wednesday to talk about Chelsea, or maybe Tuesday after the game, the friendly that we're having. I don't know just yet. I'll give you guys a post so you guys have a heads up.
What
about
game
it.
on Tuesday?
Bournemouth behind closed doors.
No, Brentford. It didn't spawn.
Oh,
It was
because I know we got Bournemouth as our first.
Okay,
like,
I'm sorry. I got confused sometimes. But guys, thank you for coming on. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribes, hit the bell notification, check the description, comments, all that stuff. Whatever you want to do. It's been a lovely World Cup. Let's get back to Chelsea. Let's get back to being depressed, or maybe being happy because they'll perform when they come back. But it is what it is. Big up to Alex.
Mount promised us. He promised us.
No more Mount, please. Big up to Alex, big up to Ahmed, big up to Real Chris, Carlito, everyone that joined today. You guys have a wonderful night. Stay casual, and I'll see you guys later. Peace.